Gotham continued to suspect the Batman's return. This episode focused on Kate's ties with her sister as she continued to uncover the mystery that is her sister's death, Beth's death. And I must say, it is a creative and a very unique dynamic between the two going forward this season. Although the development was captivating, there was one issue that threw me off during this episode. Towards the beginning of the episode, Kate said that she wanted not to tell her father of her theory about Alice, but to prove it to him, to show him what the truth is. I thought she was going to do this, and she might have found a way to test the DNA on the knife, and this was actually before the knife was stolen, but then he just told her. She just told her, sorry. And it's like, you just completely contradicted what you were going to do, so that was a little bit weird. Anyways, we see the knife get stolen as a bunch of Alice's guards jump Sophie and Kate. We later learn that this was not actually Alice's doing, but Kate's stepmother's doing. It's good to see we're already getting into these, we're diving into these major twists, which is good to see early on in the show. Absolutely love to see that. Now, what does that mean for Kate's stepmom? Well, I think it may be too soon to call. It could be that Beth is a tie. Okay, you know what? I'm fucking up a lot here in this paragraph. Okay. It's good to see we are already diving into major twists early on in the show. Absolutely love to see that. Now, what does this mean for Kate's stepmom? Well, I think it may be too soon to call. But it could be that Beth is a tie to the past, to her husband's old life, to her husband's ex-wife, and that just seems like she'd be too jealous. I don't know. It doesn't seem likely. It also could mean that as a politician, she is in league with Alice, and that's a lot more likely. And Kate's knowledge of the situation might bring an end to her goals, but either way, all we know is that she's up to no good, and she's crooked at that. Alice has her own plans, though, revealing at the end that she is in fact Beth Kane. Leaving a bat in a box at the end was a cool way of saying, I know it's you. This is interesting dynamic I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Sisters and rivals all the same. She finally found Beth, but like Kate said at the end of the video, well, if I might add, writing to Bruce again, loving the continued idea, Alice is a different person now. The pain that she suffered from has changed her, and Kate is going to have to deal with that. What will happen at the end? Will Kate be able to do what is necessary? It's going to get intense no matter what happens, and plus, her father still doesn't believe her. The flashbacks were another splendid addition to this episode. This one was a very emotional chapter in this brand new season. True pain that both the young Kate and her father felt, mixed with the current day mystery, truly brought the whole story nicely together. Family is clearly a big theme that will reoccur in this season of Batwoman, including the inclusion, for lack of a better word, her sister Mary. Her near-death scene was actually pretty horrifying, which clearly shows the shows. Wow. What a line. Anyways, the show has the ability to bend genres, which is a good thing to see. I'm also loving this continued use of this whole Vesper Fairchild radio idea. It really adds the reactionary aspect within the show itself, as if it's sort of breaking the fourth wall, but not really. Kate is really taking a lot at this point. Sophie sold her out and cut off any notion of their old relationship, which is really, really going to hurt her a lot. And her dad still doesn't believe her. Her sister's a murdering psychopath, too. Huh. Right? Look at that, man. Just your average, struggles, right? It's going to be a lot to handle, and we will watch it mold her into, I have no doubt, the hero she will become. One last point I wanted to make is about a film technique in this episode, which, by the way, the sound issue from the last episode was obviously a local issue. Nevertheless, the editing in this episode was superb. I mean, the cuts were just amazing, from Alice screaming to the flying overhead in Gotham, etc., and just really, really great editing. Great episode. Looking forward to the rest. One thing I forgot to mention in the first recording was Lucas Fox and how he is really trying to hint at that new suit idea. Like, come on, just give it to us.